Now you asked me a question way back then about the budget and the mayor's address. Let me start off by saying the way that the mayor came across, he didn't stick to his script. He did not stick to reading as he's done in the past his proposal for the budget. He just closed the book on it and just did what Jim Baker's been doing as president and as mayor, and has been allowed to do. He's rant and he's raved, but on council floor, and Jim is my friend, the mayor is my friend. On council floor was not the place to do it.
Sure.
And I know I was in his office an hour before the budget. We went over, sit down, got a feel for him, how he was doing, and he said to me, "See how thick this is? I'm not gonna read all this." I said, "Whoa!" The flag went up then. The flag. I said, "Jim, whatever you do, don't go off."
So it wasn't spontaneous. He was thinking about it in advance.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna read this, and I said, well, just go. He says, "I'm just going to go to the points." I said, "That's fine. Nobody will be here all night anyway." He said, "But and then I said, but I think the people need to know." He said, "Oh, they'll know." Get downstairs, they walk him in, and he starts up, and y'all know the story. And he just closed the book and he went off. Now, on the human part of it, emotions. And if you know Jim Baker, even though he was expressing some stuff, you saw some emotions come from him. He loves the city.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he does.
He's done some wonderful things here in the city. He will fight you tooth and nails about making Wilmington the best place it could be. I'm not defending him, but I do know that he has a right to express himself, sure, as we all do. Just on council floor, in the walls, in those great walls, was not the place to do it. He has called council stupid. He's called council ignorant. And I always said to Jim, let me stop calling him Jim. I always said to the mayor, I know you're not talking about me. I just know. He said, no, I'm not talking about you and a couple other council members I'm not talking about. I said, well, why don't you just call out the names?
Right.
Identify those 4 council members, because that's all it is. 4 council members that you're talking to. Call them out. I said, Mike Brown will. I said, if I had a beef, anybody, so nobody could be guessing, I'd call off John Doe or Mary Sue. And so it's nobody's guessing game.
Right.
But you went in there and you hit them in the face. You knocked the teeth out. You came out and made them bloody. Now they came back at you.
Right.
His emotions got in the way.
Right.
Because I truly believe he wants to work with council, but he needs. And I said this to Jim afterwards. I said, the mayor afterwards. I said, I'll be the referee if you want me to. Let me bring them together, one by one. Let's offer to bring them up to the office, away from the office, wherever, to my house. We have something that just sit and talk. Let's get this thing out of the open. And he says he was willing to do it, but I went to one council person and I stopped right there. And the council person, no, I ain't going to meet and do nothing.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. The citizens of this city deserve better. They don't deserve to have the mayor over here doing this, council over here doing that, and when they get together, the administration and council, they're butting heads, and actually the citizens are getting cheated out of the services.
Well, and there are the city faces significant challenges.
Sure.
And the city no longer has the $15 million.
That's right.
To put into loft renovation. The state doesn't have the $350 million to put into the riverfront. These things now have to be grown organically from small businesses, entrepreneurs, the excitement in the community. that requires a different type of leadership than I'm going to browbeat you because I happen to have some money behind me and I know you'll succumb to my browbeating because I'll give you $1 million at the end of the day. Now it's going to take, how do you create an entrepreneurial climate? How do I let the Elks on the Brandywine move forward, or some of these other folks that are trying to open small businesses, but the rules and regulations are stopping them? And if I can't start the business today, I don't have the 10 jobs next year. And that requires new thinking, and it requires people working together, not the total adversarial relationship that honestly I see. And you being the lone Republican, it's a Democrat problem.
That's right.
Because they control everything.
Everything.
And they control everything in the city, they control everything in the county, they control everything in the state.
Everything.
And so, and now they're fighting each other so much, and I don't know, honestly, I 100% know why, other than they've all run out of money, and the only thing they know how to do is to use that money to spend it, and so now they're fighting over what's left.
And pointing fingers at